Mr. Ruby, and this is a reading of Chapter 1, Prokaryotic and Eukaryotic Cells, CK12. Learning objectives. Give examples of prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. We'll be able to do that after this reading. Compare and contrast prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. Hopefully you'll get an idea how to do this after this reading. How many different types of cells are there? There are many different types of cells. For example, there are blood cells, skin cells, bone cells, and even bacteria. Here we have a drawing of bacteria and human cells. Can you tell which depicts various types of bacteria? However, all cells, whether from bacteria, human, or other organisms, will be one or two general types. In fact, all cells other than the bacteria will be one type. The bacterial cell will be another. And it all depends on how the cell stores its DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, for those who are playing at home. Two types of cells. There is another basic cell structure that is present in many, but not all living cells, the nucleus. The nucleus of a cell is a structure that is in the cytoplasm that is surrounded by a membrane, the nuclear membrane, and contains and protects most of the cell's DNA. Based on whether they have a nucleus, there are two basic types of cells, prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. You can watch animations of both types of cells in the link below. Prokaryotic cells are cells without a nucleus. The DNA in the prokaryotic cell is in the cytoplasm rather than enclosed in a nuclear membrane. The prokaryotic cell is found in single-celled organisms, such as bacteria, like the one shown in Figure 1.1. That's up here. Figure 1.1 is this right here. This is our prokaryotic cell. Organisms with prokaryotic cells are called prokaryotes. They were the first type of organisms to evolve and are still the most common organism today. Eukaryotic cells. Eukaryotic cells that contain a nucleus. A typical eukaryotic shell is shown in Figure 1.2. Eukaryotic cells are usually larger than prokaryotic cells, and they are found mainly in multicellular organisms. Organisms with eukaryotic cells are called eukaryotes, and they range from fungi to people. Here again is your prokaryotic cell breakdown with the cytoplasm, the flagellum, capsule wall, all this loose DNA material. Eukaryotic cells also contain organelles besides the nucleus. An organelle is a structure within the cytoplasm and performs a specific job in the cell. Organelles called mitochondria, for example, provide energy to the cell, and organelles called vacuoles store substances in the cell. Organelles allow eukaryotic cells to carry out more functions than prokaryotic cells can. This allows eukaryotic cells to have greater cell specificity than prokaryotic cells. Ribosomes and organelles, where proteins are made, are the only organelles in prokaryotic cells. In some ways, the cell resembles a plastic bag full of jello. Its basic structure of plasma membrane filled with cytoplasm. The jello containing mixed fruit. The cytoplasm of the cell also contains various structures, such as nucleus and other organelles. Here's a video right here, the amoeba sisters on prokaryotic versus eukaryotic. And here's a breakdown of a lot of things in a eukaryotic cell. Couple links for further reading. The summary: prokaryotic cells are cells without a nucleus. Eukaryotic cells are cells that contain nucleus. Eukaryotic cells have other organelles besides a nucleus. And the only organelles in a prokaryotic cell are ribosomes. And that has been a reading of prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. And this is Mr. Ruby. I hope you enjoy this. Like and subscribe on YouTube.